In the search for development and absolute progress, the vision imposed since the colonization that placed human beings apart from nature and not part of it, opened the way to dominate and manipulate it. This brutal separation between humanity and nature starts to tolerate the maximum exploitation of available natural resources, mistakenly understood as inexhaustible as a conditional for economic growth and for neoliberal development policies. Faced with the almost irreversible climate and environmental changes, the suppression of diversity and plurality of life forms, and the collective denial of the effects of excessive consumption of natural resources, the Anthropocene threatened us with the extinction. Among the main evidence, there is an immense and interconnected change of impacts that affect the natural subsystem and its components, in which this work intends to address the increase of intense rainfall, which can cause flooding in the most diverse cities, and extreme events of drought and water scarcity, which can cause impacts on the hydrological cycle. Brazil is the largest country in South America and has about 12% to 14% of the volume of water resource on the planet. Even though the country has this apparent water richness, in the last 30 years there has been a reduction of 15.7% of the entire water surface, including in all its biomes. Between 2012 and 2015, Brazil experienced one of the worst water crises in its history, where the southeast region, the most populous in the country, was one of the most affected. In 2020, the state of São Paulo also experienced one of the worst events of heavy rain that caused flooding in several cities. Currently, the country is in a similar situation to the period of drought from 2012 to 2015, with the beginning of a new water crisis due to the significant reduction in rainfall and water storage. The city of São Carlos presents several situations of conflicts, social spatial contradictions, and also social environmental vulnerability arising from the process of industrialization and expansion of the city, which all over these years, water bodies were channeled and marginals were built along its courses. The site of interest for this project comprises the Cidade Araci neighborhood and is located in the area between the Água Quente and Água Fria stream. The Cidade Araci is a low-income area that are concentrated in a region that is physically disconnected from the main urban fabric of São Carlos city and in an unsustainable soil for human settlement, close to the floodplains and areas of environmental fragility. In November 2020, the neighborhood suffered from flooding due to the heavy rain and also from process of erosion and silting near to the Água Quente stream. Currently, during the dry season, the neighborhood suffers from water rationing. The first approach is premised on the recovery of integration between humanity and nature, no longer seen as opposites, but connected. From this point and from the relationship between river and city that is built in the context, the proposed is built a hydrological restoration of the Água Quente stream. The Água Quente stream is a degraded area without riparian forest. It is also an area subject to siltation with erosion spots, contaminated soil, and low quality of water. The restoration of riparian forest will discontaminate and improve the quality of water and the stream's ecosystem. The choice of vegetation must be in accordance with the physiognomy of the Cerrado, with varied dimensions and aquatic plants. For the dry season, the proposal is to build a rain storage for Cidade Araci community. The butterfly roof captures the maximum amount of rain through a pipe, and the water is filtered by the barrel below. To fully utilize the resources, the water runs down a ramp between the two rows of reservoirs and is stored for local use. In addition, in the rainy season, these two reservoirs must be completely full, which will start the storage of water through the reservoir beneath the ground, holding extra water for the dry season. The external structure could be made with bamboo because it's a natural, accessible, light, cheap, and easy material for community to use. Also, it's common to use bricks to build reservoirs because it's low cost. Also, the water stays fresh. Both the bamboo structure and the reservoir can be built through a collective work, reinforcing the sense of community of Cidade Araci.